And I thought no meant no. Okay, everybody, welcome back to Thoughts by Jay Brown, and where we usually discuss politics, social commentary, sports, whatever floats my boat, whatever I want to talk about. But sometimes I have to do content that I don't want to do. And by saying I don't want to do, it's drama that I don't want to get involved in. Well, it's not that I don't want to get involved. It's that I don't think that, it needs to be brought up time and time again. So when you see me doing stuff like this, it's usually because I feel that one side or another is not being objective to what they're trying to do. So, yeah. This is about FTFE's comment in his community page about sending fans over to Red's Rhetoric stream. That is all it's about. You can see it here. But the point being, and I will read it, but the point being, FTFE and Reds have had a falling out. And I feel like I'm one of the few people in the community that can be objective enough. Even though I have my biases, I can acknowledge that I have those biases and I can set them aside. So, I want to make three things abundantly clear. One, this is in no way piling on, or the intent by me is no way to pile on to Craig with his issues that are, number two, dealing with Mr. Cheswick and DMCA claims. I don't know enough about them. I'm not going to say one way or another. Either side is correct or not correct. I have my suspicions, but I hope that, this can be resolved amicably. That being said, I will not be talking about that in this video at all, period. That was my only mention of it going forward. It's just not relevant to the comment at hand, but in order to get the screenshot, I had to have been aware of the situation. So, yeah. And lastly, again, I have my biases. Craig and I are not exactly friendly anymore. Haven't been for some time. That's between me and him. I ask as one creator to another and to our fans. Just let it be. I don't even know how many people really care whether or not Craig or I are friends or not anymore. That being said, I can check those biases to give what I feel is an appropriate critique of the situation. And it's because of my firsthand knowledge of things that I feel like I can discuss this. And it is with that knowledge of firsthand stuff, I'm not going to go over specific details. This is really ultimately a friendship issue between two content creators that fell apart. Probably will not get back together, but let's go over the post. So, quote from FTFE from his community post. I apologize to my fans that on my suggestion went over to the stream by @Reds Rhetoric. It is well known that Reds had falling out with me, so I'm sorry that you went over there after my stream and he got angry about it. Stop there, or end quote there. We have a little bit of an issue here, Craig. The issue is not that Reds was angry at them. It is, and it's not angry, he's not angry about them coming over. He's angry because you sent people over. There are ways you can do this without mentioning his name. But I know that you and Reds, as part of your conversation and your falling out, you had asked for how to, repair the damage, and he specifically said to leave him alone. Not such nice language, but, he told you to leave him alone. And that's just it. That's a simple request, People need time to heal. People need time to be able to forgive and forget, and sometimes they can't. Sometimes people have irreconcilable differences. Nothing we can do about it. And us as fans, We have to acknowledge that. Reds doesn't mind his channel growing. He doesn't mind people coming over, especially if they're even if they are fans of FTFE. He knows that he's in the same genre as FTFE, and that their work is similar, and that people might enjoy it. It might be recommended by the algorithm. It might be recommended by, mods of Craig's. Might even be, fans of Craig and Red's Rhetoric that are recommending, hey, go check out Red's Rhetoric. That's all fine. But it's one of those things that if you tell somebody to leave you alone, you should leave them alone. And again, he's not angry at the people, the fans that came over. He's angry about why they came over and your recommendation. Now, continuing on, even though Reds doesn't like me, quote, even though Reds doesn't like me anymore, it doesn't change the fact that I admire him and respect him and think he's the best Flurf debunker. And end quote. I can understand that you admire him. I can understand that you think he's the best Flurf debunker, Craig. But I don't know that you truly respect him. You might respect the work he does. You might respect the ability to go to rocket launches and film such great footage and things like that. But do you really respect him enough to honor his request? Continuing on. Quote, Reds doesn't have the right to tell me not to like him. True. His content. True. Or suggest him to my fans. That one's kind of iffy. The reason why I say it's iffy is because true, he can't... Well, it's not even true. He can't tell you. Whether it's a right or not, that's arbitrary. He can tell you not to suggest him. He can even request that you not talk about him. It's on you to have the honor to commit to respecting him and have the courage to stand up to that. It's on you to be willing to do that. And us as fans, while we can't hold you to account for anything like that per se, just knowing that there has been a falling out, we should be reminding you, Craig, that, hey, suggesting we go over to Reds is fine, but, make sure people know not to say, hey, FTFE sent me, or hey, Craig sent me, might help out better. And one way that I think that you could actually meld the respect that you want to give him and be able to share with your community is to use your Discord server. You can set up, and I'm sure you already have done this, but you can set up a bot that grabs his live streams, that grabs the notification for his live streams, that grabs the notification for his new videos, and lets your server know. This way, you're not telling anybody to go to him. People still might say, hey, I found you via FTFE's Discord server. Okay. Rez will probably be like, okay, well, great. Thanks for coming over, that type of thing. But then it's like, how did you hear about it in the Discord server? He's not going to care, but at least at that point, there's the plausibleness of automated bot. Somebody recommending it, somebody else besides you recommending it. Sorry, not sorry. But overall, just, ways for you to have plausible deniability. And God, that line sounds dirty even coming out of my mouth. Sorry. Independence Day reference. But Craig, I honestly just, I feel you could be better than this. You would not have had to actually post this comment had you not suggested it. And now, again, everybody understands why. You think that he's a great debunker, and you want to help him. You want to help his channel grow more. I mean, your channel surpassed his, but at the same time, you're falling out, and Red's requests, still stand, and no means no, man. And I'm not trying to conflate this with anything. It's just, honestly, it didn't happen the way you said it did. Like I said, I was in the stream. Reds didn't tell anybody off. He just said, guys, I appreciate you coming over. I want you to, be able to enjoy both my content and Craig's. Don't want you to choose between the two of us, just enjoy our content. But I'm not going to work with Craig ever again, FTFE ever again. That bridge has been burnt. It's not going to happen. And it's time that you let it go, man. Sometimes just things fall apart, And, for us, the fans, again, we need to let it go too. Don't sit here and ask, either one of them, when are you guys going to get back together? Here's your answer. As a matter of fact, FTD, Reds, if either one of you watches this and people ask you a question about it, just send them here. It's off the table. I'll even provide you both links with the timestamp. It's over. Friendship's done because they had a falling out. They're not going to work together again. And if by some miraculous thing happens, then they do, I'll take this down. Or I'll update the video and put a comment or something in it to say, okay, they've mended their ways. I don't see that happening. I honestly know Reds well enough, and I know FTFE well enough. I don't think this is ever going to work. And then just being frank and blunt about it. So with that, I just want to say thank you for watching this, and I appreciate you taking your time. And Craig, like I said, I don't know what's going on between you and Mr. Cheswick. I don't have all the information. I understand what you're saying. I just don't have any, the hard data to go off of. So just please understand that I'm not going to pick a side in this. As far as my content going forward, I have a video that I've got an idea on. I was originally planning on making it specifically about Professor Dave and Dr. James Tour debate, kind of the last thing, because Steve McRae and I had talked before his live stream about discussing topics about the video or about the debate, and one of the topics was tribalism, and we never got a chance to bring it up. So, and I actually like the idea of talking about tribalism. So, I think I've got an idea, because I've literally sat down to record that video 6 times, and I keep broadening it more than I need to for that topic. So I think it'd be better to talk about it in a broad scale. So keep an eye out for that video coming up soon, and check me out on Substack, Thoughts by J Brown. I think it's substack.com, Thoughts by J Brown. I post videos, or not videos, I post written blog as well as audio podcasts, though I might be scrapping the audio podcast and starting all over. I'm still figuring things out, and we're still trying to move forward. So, all right. With that, I've waffled on long enough. So, peace.